Okay, I think we could get started. So the topic of today's webinar will be Scylla and Milestone, how Scylla technology works with Milestone Systems. All attendees will be on mute, so please type all your questions into the Q&A section so that we can address them at the end of the webinar. Our speakers today are Roy Bond, Community Manager at Milestone Systems, and myself, Raymond Shadman, Head of Global Channel Sales at Scylla.
Yes, so let's introduce Milestone first. Thank you for all the audience for participating and joining us today. About Milestone Systems. So Milestone Systems is one of the leading manufacturers of open platform video management software for IP-based network video surveillance. Our purpose is make the world see, and basically we are an open and independent IP video surveillance platform. So that basically means you can mix and match and pick and choose your desired camera devices, IoT devices, and integrate them into our Milestone platform called XProtect. So if we go to the next slide, then we can show you a little bit about the details of Milestone. So obviously we are a global company in the market for more than 20 years. Basically, when the IP video surveillance industry started picking up with the first IP cameras being introduced in the video surveillance market, Milestone was one of the first PMSs out there to develop a platform to integrate camera devices independently. At this moment, we are supporting more than 8,500 devices, and honestly speaking, not only camera devices, could also be sensors like LiDAR or radar or any other type of sensors. But of course, the majority of that is camera sensors. The company today has more than 800, almost 1,000 today, employees worldwide, with 500,000 installations, active installations worldwide. So in short, that is Milestone in a brief. Now let's have a look at the next slide about our product offering. So Milestone Systems offers the video management platform called XProtect, and basically XProtect is the platform that puts all the pieces of a puzzle together for a video surveillance installation. So we are an open platform. Like I said, we integrate many different types of camera devices, but also encoders, access control systems, video analytics solutions like Scylla. And we also have tight relationships with global hardware and storage manufacturers. So we know exactly how XProtect performs on, for let's say, a Dell server or an HP server, and how that performs with their storage solutions. So for solutions from big installations up to small installations, we have a solution available for any type of video surveillance installation. In the next slide, you will see how our portfolio is built. There's 5 products in this lineup. So if we scroll through them, it starts with Essential Plus. The next one is Express Plus. The one on top of that is obviously Professional Plus, and then comes both our advanced products, Expert and Corporate. And basically the Milestone license structure is quite easy to understand. We only charge for the base license, and then on top of that we have our individual camera licenses. Now, if you want to start experimenting and after this webinar, you have the feeling, okay, let's try out the integration with Scylla and Milestone. We have a free of charge product called Essential Plus. It supports up to 8 cameras. You can download it from the Milestone website, and you can install it. Our product is very user-friendly. Anybody with some knowledge about installing software and integrating cameras could obviously download it and install the XProtect solution. So you can see from small to big corporate installations, we have a solution available for every size of the product that is required, actually. All right, so in the next one, it's about Scylla. So this is your part, Raymond.
Okay, so Scylla is a real-time physical threat detection solution. We utilize AI and computer vision to detect objects, actions, and behavior anomalies. Scylla makes the camera surveillance environment real-time, proactive instead of reactive. Our solutions, Scylla software is more like Netflix rather than a simple DVD player. It comes not only with conventional functionality, but also connects with your video feed and runs smart AI video analytics that is always upgraded and enriched with new features. We augment your existing security infrastructure with next-gen AI solutions to minimize costs, avoid human factor errors, and provide new tools to boost security and operational effectiveness. Some of our select customers include Daimler, Iowa State Fair, Amman Airports in the Middle East, Chicago Cubs Stadium, MLB headquarters, USC Verdugo Hills Hospital in California, and the Clark County School District. Speaking of Clark County School District, they are the 5th largest school district in the US with 320,000 enrolled students. And this is actually one of our largest Milestone customers with about 14,000 cameras. Select integrations. Like Milestone, Scylla is an open platform. In addition to being camera agnostic using RTSP, FTP, and SMTP, we integrate with major VMSs, my personal favorite of which is Milestone XProtect. I'm personally certified by Milestone as an MCIT and MCDE. That stands for Milestone Certified Integration Technician and Milestone Certified Design Engineer. My own integration company has been a certified Milestone dealer for nearly 9 years. It's definitely our VMS of choice. Scylla offers various cloud-based and on-premise threat detection modules. Starting at the top left, we have object detection and tracking. This is more commonly gun detection, not to be confused with gunshot detection. Oftentimes, by the time a gun has been fired, it is too late to take appropriate measures that can prevent tragedies. Scylla detects guns and can tell the difference between both handguns and rifles. The object tracking AI allows for the gun to be followed across multiple cameras. Then we have thermal screening, which is not as common now as it was in 2020 during the start of the pandemic. Scylla's thermal screening is among the most effective in the market. We use Mobotix thermal cameras to read elevated skin temperatures of people as they enter a crowded indoor area, such as a school, office, or place of business. And then we have intrusion detection and perimeter protection. That basically means you can draw a perimeter on your camera, or you can draw up to 5 intrusion zones. And for years, we've had security camera software where you could do something similar, but any movement in that area would trigger an alert. And this would often result in a lot of false alarms, be it from leaves or small animals, insects, lights. And with Scylla, you have next generation GPU-powered AI software that only triggers an alert when a human or vehicle enters the area, reducing false alarms by up to 99.95%. This is especially useful for sites without newer AI cameras, or to increase accuracy and effectiveness over your traditional AI cameras, which typically have a rules-based pixelation change. Our AI software recognizes humans and/or vehicles and sends notifications when relevant alarms are being detected during a predefined schedule. And then we have anomaly detection and behavior recognition, also known as our fight detection. It's useful for stadiums, schools, transportation hubs, retail and shopping malls. And a fist does not have to be thrown for the AI to recognize a potential fight. Examples of this include fights typically seen in school bully situations or a potential shoplifter in a retail environment who looks left, looks right, looks at the camera, and then gets ready to potentially steal something. Then we have our environmental hazard detection. It's useful for industrial manufacturing sites, smoke and fire detection. We recently gained interest from PG&E, which is an electrical company in California, to help prevent raging wildfires, similar to the ones that have ravaged California over the past couple of years. The Scylla Asteria at the bottom left is an edge-based GPU computer that gets installed on a camera network and primarily handles intrusion detection and perimeter protection. This will be the focus of our presentation after we cover some additional AI detection modules. We have person search. This uses facial recognition and clothing color to search for a missing person. Can be used for BOLO, or be on the lookout, to detect a person of interest. It's useful for stadiums, schools, transportation hubs, hotels, and retail. And then we have face recognition. This can be tied into access control systems so that when you look at the camera, it unlocks the door. So think of walking up to a door, you don't have to fumble for your keys. You look at the camera and the door is unlocked and you can walk right through. Same for vehicle gates. This can be tied into person of interest detection as well. Just keep in mind that the legal implications of facial recognition depend on the local laws for any particular city. Several cities have banned facial recognition due to privacy issues. So just check your local laws. The traffic flow analysis is ideal for retail or casinos. We accurately count the number of people going into and out of a room. It's also useful for occupancy limits and mustering to determine how many people need to be evacuated out of an area in case of an emergency. We have heat maps that indicate where people more frequently congregate or more frequently use paths. This is ideal for, let's say, retail environments. If you want to place your products in an area where people take a more frequently used path, or for a cleanup crews, where they can concentrate more on a particular area where you've had a lot of people congregating. This helps reduce the spread of COVID. And then lastly, we have false alarm filtering. This is similar to intrusion detection, perimeter protection. It's basically the detection of humans and vehicles and eliminating everything else that's irrelevant. So with the intrusion detection or perimeter protection, you actually set up an intrusion zone or draw a perimeter line. False alarm filtering is just plug and play. There's really no additional work that needs to be done on the camera itself. So the false alerts, the false alerts can include animals, insects, bad weather, that's rain, snow, wind moving tree branches or leaves, shadows, lighting changes, camera flaws, vehicle headlights, emergency vehicle lights, etc. So in this slide, you can see the benefits of Scylla's AI-based analytics. Scylla's analytics can recognize humans and objects that the human eye cannot easily see. And if you look at the picture on the left, we have a parking lot, you have a lot of cars and a lot of graffiti. And just here in the left corner, you see the red bounding box, and you can see that a person has been identified with 77% accuracy. On the right, very similar, you can barely see this person. I could not identify this person without the indication here, the big yellow arrow, but we have a 51% confirmation that this is a person over here in the back left corner. And in this picture, we have an image that was taken from a heavy snowstorm in Poland from a 1080p camera. This is a 2 megapixel camera at over 200 meters away. 73% confirmation of a person that you can't even see unless you digitally zoom in. Over here, we have a PTZ camera, and you can see a person right there. And this is actually a screenshot that I took from the Scylla dashboard that shows that the security guard had acknowledged this alert of this person being here. So the Scylla Asteria comes in 3 configurations: small, medium, and large, and it supports a different number of cameras so that you can choose the right Scylla Asteria to suit your needs and security infrastructure. We typically market this as the 8 cameras for the small, 16 for the medium, and 32 for the large. So the Scylla Asteria small configuration is a perfect fit for residential areas and small businesses. You can do 8 channels, as I mentioned earlier. Enjoy enterprise-grade AI solutions with your own Scylla Asteria small. Powerful perimeter intrusion detection, works with all modern cameras and video management systems. And unlike similar solutions on the market, all video frames are fully analyzed on edge, keeping your information private and secure. It should be stated that the Scylla Asteria Large by next quarter will have the ability to detect guns. So here's a couple screenshots from showing gun detection. As you can see, this person walking down the hallway, he has his back to the camera, so we can't see anything here, but the software is so powerful that it actually detected the gun in the reflection of the window, 100% read right here. And in this image on the right, this was taken from the Iowa State Fair last year, and some of the vendors were selling toy guns. So as you can see, this little boy unwrapped his toy gun and started walking around with it. And the software picked it up at 99.91% accuracy. And it basically alerted security that there is, 1 or more boys walking around with toy guns, and this is not to be taken as an emergency. So if anyone were to call 911, for example, local law enforcement would already be alerted that this venue has toy guns and there's people walking around with toy guns. So the SWAT team wouldn't come blazing in with their real guns, potentially leading to any fatalities. Roy, you're on mute. There you go.
Thank you, Ray. Yeah, so talking about how things are integrated in XProtect. So, and we rely on our solution stack, as we call it at Milestone, to integrate AI detection systems like Scylla into XProtect. And our solution stacks consist of 3 layers. So our platform obviously is in the middle. That represents the XProtect platform, and it offers all the features and functionality and the security options that a proper VMS should have. So encryption, user management, user roles, controlling the video walls, making sure the encryption is done, the support for metadata coming from analytic solutions. That is all offered by the platform. All other third-party technology like AI analytics that will be integrated through our application layer. And our application layer basically represents our Milestone MIP SDK, the Milestone Integration Platform SDK. So development based on our MIP SDK is free of charge, and this is where Scylla has developed a plugin to support the video coming in to the Milestone platform. So in the hardware layer below the platform, you can see that there all the integrations are happening through our device drivers. So for every camera manufacturer, so at this moment we are supporting roughly 140 different camera vendors, and for each vendor we develop individual device drivers. So we make sure we get the video streams in, and we can also redistribute the video streams to third-party applications like Scylla, so they can analyze the video content and yeah, send back the metadata, events, and or the alerts back to the platform. So that is yeah, basically our solution stack. The hardware layer for the device drivers developed by Milestone, the platform, and then the application layer consisting of our SDK, which allows software integrations by third party. And in this way, we can make tailor-made solutions for any requirement or security applications. Typical integrations, sorry for that, is of course the video analytics. But if you're also looking for access control, maybe also based on detection of Scylla. So if you have identified with face recognition, an unwanted person in the building, you can control the access control system to close the doors, for example. Or if you see if the system has detected a gun, our rule engine is capable of controlling the access control system, for example. So that's the power of the solution stack. Up to you, Ray.
All right, so with the Milestone Scylla IDS plugin, IDS standing for Intrusion Detection System, this plugin creates a two-way connection between Scylla perimeter intrusion detection and Milestone. Milestone's integration with Scylla leads to a powerful functionality thanks to the Milestone X Scylla IDS plugin, which provides a two-way connection between Scylla's perimeter intrusion detection system and Milestone X-Protect's smart client. It's a 10-minute or less setup for easy addition to any Milestone system. You would just download the plugin from the Milestone marketplace and follow the instructions from the Scylla video or manual to get started. Events are displayed in the Alarm Manager tab within Milestone, and notifications are sent to various workflows and to the central dashboard. So over here, we're showing a picture of Milestone's events, these alerts that were detected, let's say for the human detection. And with each event, you can click on it and see that relevant video playback up top. I'm going to show you really quickly the Milestone Marketplace if you're unfamiliar with it. So if you have not yet visited Milestone Marketplace, you can go to the Milestone website at milestonesys.com, and up here is the marketplace link, and you can click on any relevant link here to get more information about it. Basically, the Milestone Marketplace is where you can find partners to integrate into Milestone or find solutions that would work with Milestone, whether it's access control or analytics, facial recognition, and so on and so forth. And within the Milestone Marketplace, we have our Scylla plugin. So you can see here that it's a two-way communication, meaning it's compatible with Milestone and Milestone is compatible with Scylla. And you can see that all you need is the plugin with Milestone X-Protect, and there's information on what it is, how it works, and how to install it. And you can see that there's a guide here, step-by-step information on how to install it, and that it's compatible with the following Milestone versions. And then I'm going to play a video that shows you how to install this plugin from start to finish. So you download the plugin, you install it on your server, and then you open the X-Protect management client and log in. This is actually a video that's less than 8 minutes, so it really shows you how quickly you can get set up with your Milestone X-Protect VMS. And we also have technicians available to help you if you have any questions, or you can contact your Milestone integrator if you're an end user and you don't normally handle the Milestone management client yourself. This is actually the centralized Scylla dashboard. This is the same dashboard that I showed you earlier in the presentation with the Chicago Cubs PTZ camera identifying the human detection. And so what they're doing is they're copying the API key and push token from the Scylla dashboard and pasting it into Milestone. And you can see that you can just select the cameras that you want monitored. It's important to state here that with Scylla's solution, we actually allow you to move your licenses, apply your licenses to any cameras on your system. There are other solutions on the market offered by our competitors that force you to tie that license to a specific camera's MAC address. And we do not have that requirement. We're very flexible. So if you have a camera, let's say in your front lobby, and you want to change the monitoring to a camera in your loading dock, for example, then you can do that very easily just by unchecking one camera at that previous screen and checking the other one. So you can see in the bottom left corner here, the Scylla plugin was installed. They're setting up the alarm definitions now. And again, this is for the technical people on the webinar. It's really just to show the technical people that this is in fact a very quick installation integration. And now we go from the management client into the smart client. This is what the majority of us see on a day-to-day basis when we're watching our cameras from Milestone. And here's that same view that I showed you right before we played the video. Basically having the video on top and the alarm list on the bottom. This is how you would set that up in your Milestone XProtect Smart Client. It's basically just a view specifically for Scylla's monitoring. You can see that the motion zone here on that previous camera was just for the doorway. And now it's playing back, and you can see events of human detection. Click on the event and see relevant information about it. And it should also be stated that the alerts would be sent any number of ways, whether it's through Milestone X Protect for your push notifications, or on the Scylla dashboard, where you can actually acknowledge alerts if you have, for example, security guards monitoring the site. Or you can receive alerts via email or SMS, and the alerts can be sent to any number of people. Different alerts can be received from different cameras. So for example, if you have a slip and fall situation, then medical can be notified. And if you have a intrusion detection situation, then security can be notified. There's also statistics within our dashboard where you can create reports and you can filter by certain sites or certain cameras. So you can actually see that the plugin was installed in less than 5 minutes, and the rest of the time is being spent in showing you what it looks like from a client standpoint. Here are the report options, different spreadsheet formats, PDF, zip. You can include frames and videos. You can do rejected alarms or confirmed alarms. You can select your time, whether you want it tracked 24/7 or if you have a specific schedule. You can draw your intrusion detection zones. So in this case, he basically just showing people who are using the elevator specifically. So other than that, I think we can go to our Q&A. Do we have any questions?
Yeah, there was one question coming in, and one of the questions was, as we have several hotels with existing CCTV systems, it's needed to change all the equipment to be able to implement Scylla system, or can it be adapted with the existing system?
So the biggest advantage of Scylla is that it can be used with your existing equipment. You don't have to change anything. If you have Milestone X Protect as your VMS, then you would download and use the plugin. And as you saw by the video that we just showed you, you can just select the cameras that are connected to the system, and you would be able to assign the AI to those cameras. If you don't have the Milestone X Protect system, then you can connect via RTSP, SMTP, or FTP, and there's other VMSs that are also compatible. So you absolutely can use your existing equipment. Yeah. Another question that was asked from Chris: do you work with moving backgrounds such as PTZs? So yes, we do absolutely work with moving backgrounds. Typically, video analytics would require a fixed background, but with our AI, we can use analytics from PTZ cameras, which are constantly moving, or from body cameras, or even from drones. So you can have, for example, a 4K or 8K camera on a drone flying over a large area that doesn't have any cameras, and you can use the AI to identify human movement or vehicle movement on the ground. We have a question from Ashkan. What is the bandwidth requirement to be able to benefit from your cloud AI system? It's a low bandwidth requirement, Ashkan. I'm gonna have one of our engineers actually email you to get in touch with you to determine what kind of analytics are required, whether it's facial recognition, or if it's intrusion detection, I think the bandwidth requirement might be different. I know that the GPU requirement is definitely different for facial recognition and gun detection, which is why we state that the Asteria Large is the only Asteria that's going to be able to handle those particular AI modules. And to be even more clear, the Asteria Large, yes, it will handle either facial recognition or gun detection, but not both. If you want both, then you'll need 2 Asteria Larges. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we can do a proof of concept with you. So for example, if you have a camera already that we can use, or if you have a video stream that you can send us, then we can show you how our analytics work, and you can compare that to previously used solutions. While we wait for more questions, we have some FAQs that we would like to address. Roy actually brought up a good question yesterday. Are any additional Milestone licenses required to use the Scylla plugin? And the answer to that is no, because you're just tying it to an existing camera. Can it be used with any XProtect product? Yes, Essential Plus or higher. And I actually showed you in the marketplace already that you can go to that plugin page and see which versions of Milestone, which products are compatible. Specifically for the version on that product page, it says 2020 and higher. And I don't think we have any more questions. So let's see here.
No, I think we have covered all the questions.
Let's give it another minute. I'm going to show you this page again with the Milestone plugin.
And maybe a good thing to mention is that the 2020 R1 is the one that is verified.
Right.
So Milestone basically does all the solutions that we publish on the marketplace. Has a verification document, which basically says that it's proven and tested with 2020 R2 or higher.
R2. Yeah, it says R2, it's been proven, and it's also expected to work with 2020 R1 and later, from Essential Plus all the way up to corporate.
Yeah. And probably it would also work with lower versions, but those haven't been verified. So from 2020 and higher, it's been verified. That's I think for sure. But usually our SDK is backward and forward compatible. And as mentioned, as an open platform for us, it's really important with all these different integrations to keep these integrations alive. So we do not try to break anything in our SDK that would make a lot of integrations obsolete. So our SDK is always backward and forward compatible in that sense.
If anyone has any additional questions, we have our phone number and email address listed here, as well as Roy's contact information. Feel free to give us a shout, and we look forward to working with you. Thank you for everyone who made it to the webinar, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you from my side as well.